It was a cold, rainy night deep in the heart of the forest. The wind howled through the trees, a mournful song of loneliness, and the rain fell like endless tears from the sky. As the camera pans slowly across the wet, dark ground, it stops on something small, something that doesn't belong. A baby, wrapped in a soaked, flimsy blanket, lying beside a broken wooden basket. No one knew how he ended up there. Was it a tragic accident? A cruel twist of fate? All that was certain was that in the heart of the sprawling wilderness, a helpless baby cried out, his soft cries a desperate plea for someone, anyone, to hear him. Not far away, a young deer raised her head, her ears twitching, turning toward the unfamiliar sound. It was a weak, human cry, something she had never heard before. Her name was Luna. She was a mother who had lost her own fawn just weeks before. The unforgiving forest had taken her baby away from her. Perhaps that's why this particular cry resonated so deeply, touching a raw, aching nerve inside her. With cautious yet curious steps, Luna emerged from behind a tree. She walked slowly toward the crying baby. As she drew near, the baby, feeling her presence, reached out a tiny, trembling hand. Luna stopped, sniffing the air, then gently leaned in. In that moment, there was no fear. There was only a profound connection. Two lost souls, both alone in the world, finding each other in the middle of a storm. All through that long, cold night, Luna stayed close. She lay beside the baby, sharing her warmth, her steady breath a soothing rhythm that calmed his cries. She gently licked his tiny cheek, and for a moment the baby even giggled softly. It was as if nature itself had woven him a blanket of comfort and protection. The storm raged on, but within that small circle of warmth, there was an island of perfect peace. When the first rays of morning light finally broke through the dense canopy, the baby was still there, alive, safe, and even smiling. Day after day, Luna remained his silent, watchful guardian. She brought soft leaves to cover him, nudged him when she sensed he was cold, and stood as a fierce protector when other animals came too close. We see her scaring away a curious fox, placing her own body between the baby and any potential danger. It was a strange, impossible friendship, one that nobody would ever believe if they hadn't seen it with their own eyes. As time passed, the baby grew stronger. He would laugh as Luna playfully ran in circles around him. The forest, once a place of peril, had become their shared home. Every sunrise was a new promise, and every sunset a precious gift. Meanwhile, back in a small nearby village, a mother's world was falling apart. People gathered around a police car, their faces grim. "It's been 3 days!" the mother cried, her voice breaking. "My baby is out there somewhere." Another villager added, "We've searched every road. Maybe the river took him." While the mother's heart broke with every passing hour, a fragile hope still lived on in the forest, nurtured under the watchful, gentle eyes of a deer. Soon, rescue teams began to comb the woods, their calls echoing through the trees as they searched through mud and dense undergrowth. "Over here!" one of them shouted. "I found footprints! They're small, like a child's!" The forest was about to reveal its miracle. The rescuer called out again, "Wait, look there!" And then everyone froze. There, under a large oak tree, lay the baby. Standing guard over him was Luna, her posture protective, calm but alert. For a moment, the rescuers were speechless. A wild deer guarding a human child? It defied all logic. As they approached slowly, with care and reverence, Luna seemed to understand. She lowered her head, as if to say a silent goodbye. She took one last, long look at the child she had protected, her eyes full of a deep, ancient peace, and then she turned and vanished back into the trees. The only sound left was the rustle of leaves as she ran. Wrapped in a warm, dry blanket, The baby was carried back to the village and into the arms of his weeping mother. "Oh my God, my baby! You're safe!" she sobbed, holding him tight. The story spread like wildfire. The baby found alive in the forest, miraculously saved by a deer. No one could truly explain it, but the proof was there, written in the warmth of the child's smile. As he lay in his mother's arms, the baby reached a small hand toward the forest as if searching for something or someone. A year later, the family returned to that same spot in the woods. It was a beautiful spring day. The baby, now a toddler, laughed as he played among the wildflowers. Suddenly, in the distance, a familiar figure appeared. It was Luna. She stood quietly, simply watching. And when the child saw her, he stopped, and his face broke into a wide, knowing smile. The very same smile from that long-ago stormy night. The deer bowed her head slightly, a gesture of acknowledgement, then turned and walked away, disappearing once more among the trees. Some bonds are beyond words, beyond our understanding, beyond time. They live forever, etched in the deepest chambers of the heart. The world can feel like a harsh and cruel place, but this story reminds us that kindness still breathes in every corner of it. Sometimes love finds us in the most unexpected ways, even in the gentle, knowing eyes of a wild deer. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking and subscribing for more stories that warm the soul. We'll see you in the next one.